Welcome to the deep dive.
Okay, today we're diving right in with a really practical blueprint for anyone thinking about starting a business, especially if you're in your 20s or 30s.
Yeah.
Maybe you're dreaming about a side hustle or, a full-on startup, maybe even the next big thing. So our mission here is to cut through all the noise and just give you clear, actionable steps. We've gone through some great sources you shared.
Absolutely. And this isn't just like theory, right?
Yeah.
It's meant to be a focused step-by-step guide.
Right.
Really designed to turn those entrepreneurial ideas into something real. Especially, like you said, for folks in their 20s and 30s, lots of energy, creativity,
Yeah.
that drive to build something meaningful.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, we've basically boiled down a ton of info into 5 key areas anyone can start with, like today.
Love that anyone can start today. That's the vibe. Okay, so let's unpack it. We've got 5 big steps we're going to walk through.
Yep.
First, finding that spark, your big idea.
Yeah.
Second, testing it out, validating it. Third, whipping up a simple plan, nothing scary. Fourth, actually doing it, starting small, launching fast. And finally, number 5, sticking with it. Learning, adapting, and growing. Ready to jump in?
Let's do it.
Fantastic. Okay, step 1, finding your big idea. This feels like where a lot of people get kind of stuck, thinking they need some earth-shattering invention. But our sources say you don't need to reinvent the wheel. It just needs to be something that, 1, gets you excited, and 2, actually solves a real problem for someone.
Exactly. And what's cool is the sources give us 3 really practical ways to find these ideas.
Yeah.
First one is looking inward. Your own passions, your skills, but it's not just do you love.
Right, I've heard that advice fall flat sometimes.
Yeah, it's more finding where your passion meets a skill people will pay for, or, a problem you can solve because you're passionate about it. Like, if you love fitness, maybe you see a gap for a better workout app, or you're a foodie who knows exactly what's missing in meal prep services for, say, vegans.
So leveraging what you already know and care about.
Precisely. The second way, spotting problems in your everyday life.
Okay.
We all run into frustrations, right? Little things, big things. The key insight here is figuring out which frustrations are painful enough that people would actually pay to make them go away.
Interesting distinction.
Often the best ideas come from your own annoyances because you just get the user's pain point. The sources mention things like maybe it's hard to find affordable, eco-friendly clothes, or you can't find a reliable dog walker. If it bugs you, it probably bugs others too.
It's amazing how many businesses start just like that, solving a personal headache.
Totally. And the third way is looking outwards, checking trends.
Okay, like market research.
Sort of, yeah. Platforms like X, formerly Twitter, are great for this. You can search hashtags, hashtag entrepreneurship, hashtag small business, see what people are talking about, what's getting traction.
Right.
But, and this is important, you got to figure out if it's just a passing fad or a real lasting trend you can build on. For instance, the sources specifically call out sustainable products and AI-driven services as big deals for 2025. So, knowing the trends helps, but you need to connect it to a deeper need, not just jump on a bandwagon.
That difference between a fad and a trend feels super important for building something that lasts. There's a great pro tip from the source material I wanted to mention.
Oh, yeah.
It says, write down 10 ideas this week. Pick one that lights you up and has a clear customer need. Don't overthink it, just start. I love how actionable that is.
It really is. It cuts through that analysis paralysis. The goal isn't the perfect idea right now. It's just getting some options down and taking that first tiny step. See what feels right.
Okay, so you've got that spark, maybe 1 or 2 ideas you're excited about. But how do you know if it's actually any good? Like before pouring your heart and soul and maybe your savings into it.
Right, that's validation. Step 2. And it's so critical because honestly, it saved you massive amounts of time and money down the line.
So how do you validate?
Well, the sources lay out a few clear methods. First, you got to talk to potential customers directly. And this means actually talking to strangers, not just your mom or your best friend who'll tell you it's brilliant no matter what.
Yeah, gotta avoid the echo chamber.
Exactly. Use social media, like put up polls on Instagram stories or ask direct questions on X. Things like, hey, would you actually pay for X? Or what's the biggest problem you have with Y? If you're thinking about that coffee subscription, ask real coffee drinkers what they genuinely want in it, what their frustrations are with current options. Get specific.
Get past the politeness and find the real pain points or desires. Okay, what else?
Then you can create a quick prototype. And prototype sounds fancy, but it doesn't have to be.
Right.
For a product, it could literally be a drawing, maybe a simple clickable mock-up using a free tool. For a service, maybe you offer a super basic version to just a few people, maybe free or heavily discounted.
Ah, like a beta test?
Kind of, yeah. The goal is just to test the core idea, the main value proposition, without spending ages building the whole thing perfectly.
Smart. De-risking it early. What about checking out the competition? Is it bad if someone else is already doing it?
Actually, no. That's the third validation method, market research. Use Google, search on X, see who's out there. And here's the counterintuitive bit from the sources. If competitors do exist, that's often a good sign.
Really? Why is that?
It means there's already demand. Someone else has already proven people want this kind of thing. Your job then is to figure out how you can do it differently or better. Find their weak spots. Is their pricing off? Is their customer service bad? Is there a niche they're ignoring?
Okay, so competitors are actually proof of market and maybe even a roadmap for how to improve. That's a helpful reframe.
Exactly, it gives you intel.
And the actionable goal here, based on the sources, is pretty clear. Spend a week talking to at least 10 potential customers about your idea and tweak it based on their feedback.
Yep. Get out there, listen, and be ready to adjust. Your first idea is rarely your final one.
Absolutely. Okay, moving on to step 3, the simple business plan. Now, I know business plan can sound intimidating.
Yeah, people imagine these huge, dusty documents.
Right. But the sources are clear.
Yeah.
Don't worry, this isn't a 50-page document. You just need a one-page roadmap.
Ew. Totally. It's about getting clarity for yourself more than anything else, at least initially. It keeps you focused.
So what goes on this magical one-pager?
The sources break it down nicely. First, your offer. Super clear. What are you selling and who exactly is it for?
Okay.
The example given was great. Eco-friendly yoga mats for environmentally conscious millennials. See how specific that is?
Yeah, no ambiguity there. You know exactly who they're targeting.
That specificity helps with everything else. Next up, pricing.
Right. How much do you charge?
You got to look at what competitors are charging. Find that sweet spot where it's fair, but you can still make money. And a good tip, if you're unsure at first, maybe start a little lower to get those first customers in the door.
Get some traction, get feedback. Makes sense.
Then, marketing. How are people actually going to find out about you? Social media, word of mouth, maybe some targeted ads. And here's where that 2025 trend insight comes in again. The sources highlight short-form video. Think TikTok, YouTube Shorts. Especially for reaching younger audiences, that's apparently king right now.
Yeah, you can't ignore short video these days.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the last piece?
Costs. And the big emphasis here is keep it lean.
Lean startup vibe.
Exactly. What are the absolute must-haves to get started? A basic website maybe, some initial supplies, perhaps a tiny ad budget? The source literally says you don't need a fancy office yet.
Definitely not. Keep that overhead low.
Minimize the financial risk while you're still figuring things out.
Love it. And for actually making this one-pager, there's a practical tip too, right?
Yeah, use free tools. Like Canva. It's great for making something look decent quickly, and just seeing it laid out visually makes the whole thing feel more real, more achievable.
Totally. Turns an abstract idea into something tangible. Okay, so we've got the idea, we've checked if people want it, we've got a basic roadmap. Now, for the scary, exciting part. Step 4, taking the leap.
Yeah, launching.
Starting small, launching fast. The sources hit on a major trap here, waiting for the perfect moment.
Which never comes.
Spoiler alert. Yep. So for listeners feeling stuck in that perfectionist loop, how do we actually just go?
Action beats perfection every time at this stage. The sources give some concrete first moves. 1, get a basic online presence up. Doesn't have to be amazing. A simple website using something like Wix or Squarespace. Many have free tiers to start. Get your social media profile set up on the platforms where your audience hangs out.
And just start posting.
Yeah, and post consistently. Share the journey, the behind-the-scenes stuff. People connect with that. It builds buzz and trust even before you're officially open.
That's a great tip. Bringing people along for the ride makes them feel invested.
It really does. Second launch tactic. Sell to your network first.
Your friends and family.
Yep. Friends, family, followers on social media. Tell them what you're doing. Your first sales will often come from people who already know and trust you. They're your cheerleaders and your most honest critics usually.
Good point. Leverage those warm leads. And what about keeping things cheap during the actual launch phase?
Right, that's the third part. Use free or low-cost tools relentlessly. The sources list some great ones.
Like what?
For taking payments, PayPal or Stripe are easy to set up. For keeping track of things, Google Docs, Google Sheets, free and collaborative. Need to edit those promo videos you're making? CapCut is free and surprisingly powerful.
Wow, yeah, the barrier to entry is so low now with these tools.
It really is. You can look professional and function effectively without breaking the bank.
And to really light a fire under you, the sources suggest this goal. Aim to make your first sale within 30 days.
Yes, even just one sale.
That feels achievable, right? It's not become profitable in a month, it's just get one person to buy.
Exactly. That first sale is huge validation. It proves someone, somewhere, values what you've created enough to pay for it. That's massive momentum.
Okay, so we've launched, maybe made that first sale. We're basically done.
Right.
Kidding.
Oh. If only. No, now comes step 5, which is really forever. Learn, adapt, and grow.
The ongoing journey. The sources frame it as a journey, not a race.
Which is so true. Long-term success is all about continuous improvement. First key thing here, listen to feedback. Obsessively.
From customers.
Absolutely. If they love something, figure out why and do more of it. If they complain, don't get defensive. Figure out the root cause and fix it. Fast. That feedback loop is your lifeline.
Stay close to the customer. Got it. How do you know if you're actually moving forward, though?
You gotta track your progress. Metrics. Don't fly blind.
Okay, like what kind of metrics?
Check the key stuff regularly, maybe weekly, sales numbers obviously, but also things like website visits, social media engagement, likes, comments, shares. How are people interacting? The sources mention Google Analytics. It's free and gives you tons of insight into who's visiting your site and what they're doing.
Data-driven decisions, even on a small scale.
Yep, know your numbers. And the final piece is, well, just keeping going. Staying motivated.
Which could be tough, right? Entrepreneurship can be lonely.
It really can. So the sources suggest following other inspiring entrepreneurs online, X, YouTube, wherever. Learn from their stories, their tips. Soak up that motivation.
Yeah, find your virtual community.
And crucially, don't be terrified of failure. Everyone messes up. Every single successful founder has stories of things that went wrong.
It's part of the process.
It is the process often. Failure isn't the opposite of success. It's a stepping stone. You learn, you adjust, you try again, smarter this time.
That's such a vital mindset shift. And it ties back perfectly to the whole idea of doing this in your 20s and 30s.
Yeah.
The sources really emphasize this. Your 20s and 30s are the perfect time to take risks. You've generally got more energy, maybe fewer dependents, more time to bounce back if things don't pan out immediately.
It's a unique window. You've got that blend of energy, creativity, and frankly, less to lose than maybe later in life. It's prime time for experimenting and learning.
So lean into that advantage, keep learning, keep pushing.
Couldn't agree more.
Wow, okay. So just to recap real quick, we've covered the 5 big steps from our deep dive.
Right.
1, find your big idea, something you care about that solves a problem. 2, validate it, talk to people, test it out. 3, make a simple one-page plan. 4, launch fast, start small. And 5, keep learning, keep adapting, keep growing.
That's the blueprint. And look, the world genuinely needs your unique ideas and energy. Don't get stuck thinking it has to be perfect.
Right.
If there's one thing to take away, it's this. Pick just one action from today's discussion. Maybe it's writing down those 10 ideas. Maybe it's messaging one potential customer. Just pick one thing and do it today.
Start small, but start now. Love it. That's the challenge.
Yeah.
So here's a final thought to chew on as you go about your day. Imagine the ripple effect if that one little idea you start working on does become something bigger. What problem, big or small, could you start solving today that might genuinely make tomorrow a bit better? Not just for you, but for others too. Something to think about. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you on the next deep dive.